Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Today's Sugar CRM user group is going to be talking about the new product suite. They've got Sugar Sell, Sugar Market, Sugar Serve, a lot going on, and we're going to try and cover what exactly that's all about and what it means for you. So, as usual, we have our lovely hosts here today, Megan Sheehan, our Sugar Trainer and Business Analyst, and Justin Kielthau, our Sugar Practice Manager. As always, we will record this. We'll make sure you get that recording and the slides. And I will also be sending you the registration link for our next user group in November, which we'll talk about at the end. So if you have any questions throughout, please send them to us in the chat, and we will do our best to answer those. And in the meantime, I'm going to turn the floor over to Megan and Justin to get us started.
All right, so the plan for today is to really dive a little bit deeper on the new sugar and what that means for you. And we're gonna sort of organize this around two different ideas, the 3 pillars and the 3 products. And then as always, we'll talk about new releases and news and upcoming events at the end. And like Deneen said, if you've got questions, feel free to send those our way as we go. So first of all, what does the new sugar even mean? Well, on July 31st, Sugar announced that they were rebranding, not only with a new logo and new colors, but probably more importantly, with new vision and mission statements and moving to a new product suite. We're going to start with a quick video from Sugar about their new vision for the product, and then do our best to summarize it for you and explain what it means for product direction. But we'll also include these 2 links in our follow-up email if you want more information, or you want to hear some of this maybe just directly from Sugar instead of us sort of trying to tell you what Sugar is saying. These links will give you a chance to do that with a blog post and a webinar that Sugar has done. All right, fingers crossed that the video works and you hear the sound. So if you don't, please let us know.
We've grown more in the last year than in the previous 5 combined.
What excites me the most?
We're using awesome technology to help businesses cultivate customers for life.
The idea is to anticipate needs before customers realize they even have them.
By transcending the data.
By discovering new truths.
By making bankable predictions about the future.
This is the world's first.
This is the world's first intelligent, no-touch customer experience platform.
There's lots of data out there, but there's no big picture. Only Sugar combines data unification, data augmentation, and AI-based analysis to uncover insights from all stages of the customer journey.
To me, no-touch management is about giving customers the ability to spend time on the things that matter, on high-value work. So much time is spent entering and finding data, and we are changing that.
As the cloud world evolves, they're building more and more useful technology upon which you can build killer apps. That's why we're relying on open cloud technology, offering the deepest and richest platform capabilities that allow us to focus on the task at hand, which is building leading-edge CRM. I'm the new Sugar.
I am the new Sugar.
I am the new Sugar.
All right, so Sugar's new vision is to create a world where companies cultivate customers for life by anticipating and fulfilling needs before customers realize they have them. This is kind of a shift from CRM software to customer experience platform. And you can see that shift with the additions of things like marketing automation, which is now Sugar Market, Hint Insights, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Octopost, which is a social media management platform, CollabSpot, the Google and other email server integration platform, the customer journey, and now a rumored new business intelligence tool to really make the users and their customers' experience better.
To provide more detail around how they plan to meet that vision, Sugar's also announced what they're calling 3 pillars. So these are going to be the core tenets that they're using to both build value proposition and differentiate themselves from other products in the space, but also to really give them a way to focus their efforts when they're doing product development and innovation. So Sugar explained that these pillars are going to serve as their North Star for guiding development and investment efforts. The first pillar is Intelligent Customer Experience Platform. And really what Sugar is trying to do here is solve the problem of we've got lots of data, but it's just too hard to use it. So how do we take all of that data and make it easier to use? And really the core idea behind this pillar is finding a way to unify all of that different data into a single time-aware customer data model. So if we break that down a little bit, what Sugar is going to be looking to do in this area is, first of all, being able to bring together customer data from a wide variety of sources, whether that's your CRM system, your marketing tool, your ERP or accounting tool, your email, your phone system, all of these different tools that we're using that all have tons of data behind them about our customers and our prospects, but might currently reside too much in silos. And being able to bring that data together into a single customer data model, not only unifying it, but also making it time aware so that you can do comparisons and see how things are changing over time. That's going to also be a key component that Sugar is going to be working on. And then once you have all of your data together, you'll be able to do things like augment that data with third-party information, whether that's from Hint or other applications, employing AI and machine learning technologies to analyze that data, and hopefully being able to turn all of that data into valuable insights. This is something that I think Sugar is going to really be working on delivering, because this is not something that necessarily is available today with Sugar, but it's something that Sugar is definitely driving towards being able to solve those problems. And I really enjoyed a quote that Sugar shared. This is from a Gartner report from last year that said, "Yet like unicorns and yetis, the elusive single view of the customer is easier found in dreams than reality." And I think that's very true. Everyone is really trying to solve this problem, but it's not as easy as you might think it would be. And so to really see Sugar putting time and energy behind solving that is a really exciting proposition. The second pillar is no-touch information management. And the idea here is really taking the drudge work out of using a CRM and getting rid of all of the manual tasks we have to do in collecting data today. This is something we actually have seen Sugar already working on for the past few years, especially in the work that they've done in building Hint. So really the ideas on this pillar are finding ways to capture content automatically. Again, I see potential improvements coming in terms of things like email integration and phone integration to try to meet that goal. And then being able to process all of that data and provide insights to users so that users don't have to dig into the data themselves. They don't have to create numerous reports trying to find that insight that they're looking for, and then giving to them at the right time so that it's in context with what they're working on.
The final pillar is continuous cloud innovation, which is a little on the more technical side. Obviously, a lot of Sugar's customers live in Sugar On Demand or Sugar Cloud, and they do leverage Amazon for their cloud. And Sugar selected Amazon because it's the most advanced cloud platform with the best available technologies. And they believe that building out a proprietary cloud infrastructure is expensive, limiting, and unnecessarily risky. Amazon has had continuous innovation at tremendous economies of scale. The platform averages a 40% increase in new functionality each year, and they have decreased the price of their services 60 times since launch. With Amazon, Sugar has the ability to grow and expand globally with customers. Sugar currently supports customers in over 190 countries, and Google tells me that there are only 195 countries. All of this means that Sugar is able to invest in customer experience enhancements, not hosting infrastructure, while they are still able to provide market-class scalability, extensibility, and availability and security. One small example of things we can do with Sugar is they've already told us how we can integrate with EventBridge or talk to EventBridge right from within Sugar, which is an Amazon technology that allows the passing of data or triggers from one cloud system like Sugar to another like Zendesk.
And another quick example of that is just within the last month or two, Sugar really quickly was able to deploy new data centers in Canada and I think Germany because of customer requests for that. Because Amazon already has data centers within those areas, it was a really quick project for them to be able to host Sugar in those additional geographies. Okay, so transitioning from the 3 pillars to the 3 products, Sugar has also announced that they have a new product suite. And so as of August 1st, new customers who are buying Sugar for the first time will be purchasing one of these products that are on the screen here right now. What we're seeing is that Sugar has started differentiating their cloud products versus their on-premise products. So the on-premise products haven't changed. That's still Sugar Professional and Sugar Enterprise. But the cloud products are now these 3 new products, Sugar Market, Sugar Sell, and Sugar Serve. There is also still a 5-seat edition, which Sugar has been offering for the past few years, available on the cloud as well. So again, new customers, or new cloud customers in particular, would be purchasing one of those, or more than one of those 3 new products at this point. A new cloud customer would not buy Sugar Enterprise or Sugar Professional as of August 1st. Existing cloud customers, I know this is what you're all waiting for, existing cloud customers can remain on Sugar Professional or Enterprise or choose to move to the new products. And we'll talk a little bit more about the pricing behind that a little bit further on in this webinar. Sugar has no plans to stop supporting or updating Sugar Professional or Sugar Enterprise for existing customers, and that includes cloud customers. So if you stay on Sugar Professional or Sugar Enterprise in the cloud, you'll still get quarterly updates, you'll still be supported. You know, Sugar has said always. You do want to know, though, that some new features that they're developing might only be included in Sell or Serve, depending on, you know, kind of what makes sense, what technology is needed to drive those new features. So you will see new features in Pro or Enterprise, but you won't necessarily see all new features in Pro or Enterprise. And then Sugar Pro and Enterprise will remain the on-premise products for both new and existing customers. Sugar has no plans to stop offering an on-premise solution.
One of the questions I had for myself was, why did Sugar make this portfolio? And I think it comes down to 2 things. The first being features, where Sell and Serve can take advantage of those cutting-edge cloud technologies not available to on-premise, you know, things in the Amazon cloud such as EventBridge. And Pro and Enterprise were built for on-premise and will remain a flexible option by not having to stay in step with Sugar Sell and Sugar Serve because they don't have access to the cloud technologies. And that will allow Sugar to keep an on-premise solution and keep Professional and Enterprise, and I quote, as first-class products in the Sugar ecosystems. Professional and Enterprise will continue to receive product updates on the same regular yearly cadence. And then the second reason, I think, is price. With these new on-cloud products, they're able to provide specialized offerings that better fit customer usage scenarios. Splitting into different products means users no longer have to pay for features they're not using. And I think in order to take advantage of all of the cloud technologies, they would have had to raise the price quite a bit on Professional and Enterprise, whereas splitting it up is a nice way to keep price down for existing customers as well as offer features that are going to be a little pricier. With regards to Sugar Market, that's a rebranding of Sales Fusion, which Sugar acquired earlier this year. Our last webinar was a deep dive into Sugar Market. It is a leading marketing automation platform. It can do all of your campaigns, website forms, all that good stuff, drive new revenue. So if you're interested in a deep dive into Sugar Market, please see our last webinar.
SugarCell at the moment is essentially the same as Sugar Enterprise with the customer service features removed. So that's going to mostly be things like cases and knowledge base modules. There are a couple of new features right now in Cell that are not in Enterprise or Pro, but as of right now, it's a pretty small list. This is something that I would expect to see that, difference between the two grow over time as Sugar continues to add new features that some of them will be, only in SugarCell or only in SugarServe. But right now, really the only key difference is the Business Center's functionality. This allows you to track business hours and business holidays or days off, weekends, things like that. And you can use that when you're building out business processes with Sugar BPM so that your business processes aren't scheduling things to get done on Saturday or the 4th of July or 10 o'clock at night because those are outside of your business hours. There are a couple of dashlets that kind of really were built for SugarServe but had a little bit of functionality that makes them work with SugarCell, so they went ahead and put them in there, an interactions dashlet and a comment log dashlet. But really, I can't really see, for example, switching from Enterprise to Cell just to get those dashlets right now.
SugarServe is based on Sugar Enterprise, only it just has the customer service functions with some of the sales functions removed. Plus, there's quite a few new features going into SugarServe already and a lot more coming down the pipeline. One I really like is this SLA tracking, and SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. Really good customer service leads to higher customer retention, willingness of customers to pay a premium, easier upsell and cross-sell opportunities, reduce cost of business, and conveys a strong brand, as well as increases word-of-mouth opportunities, especially in the internet age. And one of the common barriers to customer service excellence is a lack of proper SLA management that leads to poor follow-ups and decreased customer satisfaction. This is why SugarService now tracks business centers. You can have multiple business centers where you can set the time zone the business center is in, the business hours of each day of the week for that business center, and business holidays. SLA follow-up times are then calculated based on that data. In addition, you can create conditional SLAs based on configuration criteria like account tier or case priority. And SugarServe comes with out-of-the-box Sugar BPM templates that can manage what happens to cases based on SLA rules, missed SLAs, assignments, reassignments, case priority changes, as well as comes with over 60 out-of-the-box service-related reports to track that data.
And the other big new feature in SugarServe is a service agent console. So this is a new standard homepage view designed specifically for customer service agents that does a couple of really important things. One is it uses that SLA data, so that information that Justin just described that's really setting the priorities and telling people what they should be working on next, what needs follow-up next, what high priority case just came in. And so taking their case list and sorting it based off of that information so that they know what to work on next without putting a lot of thought behind it and without missing things that need to have action taken. The other really important thing about the service agent console is it really puts all of the information on one screen. So rather than having to look a lot of different places or even just scroll up and down to the different subpanels at the bottom of the page, the service agent console lets them view the case, view related record history like the account history, update the case, all directly on that one screen without any scrolling, without any clicking to other pages in the system. And so that's really going to, provide some nice time saving and ease of use features for your customer service agents.
So you might be asking yourself how this is all going to work. Well, SugarCell and SugarServe are licenses that exist and run in the same instance. A user who's licensed for SugarCell only has access to the sales functionality, whereas a user who's licensed for SugarServe only has access to the service functionality. Users that would need both sets of functionality can be licensed for both. SugarMarket is a separate application that syncs data with SugarCell and/or SugarServe.
Okay, no, you're all probably wondering, well, how is this going to affect my bottom line? What's happening with the pricing with this change? So first of all, this is the standard pricing for the new products. This is list price. Sugar Cell licenses are $80 per user per month. Sugar Serve licenses are also $80 per user per month. And then if you do have users who need both, you don't have to spend $80 for each of them. There's a bundled license for $105 per user per month. Sugar Market is not based on the number of users like most of the other marketing automation products in the market. Sugar Market is priced based on the number of contacts that you're marketing to. So the first 10,000 also includes just kind of the base subscription price, and that would be $1,000 a month. So that's kind of your minimum investment for Sugar Market. And then for each additional 10,000 contacts that you need to add on top of that initial 10,000, it's an additional $150 a month. And I did want to mention there's also a required initial training that's a one-time fee that they require you to do so that you learn how to use the product effectively, which is a $3,000 fee. And obviously, I didn't try to list all of the products here. You can still get Hint and Customer Journey and CollapseBot and Octopost and so on. I just wanted to kind of keep it simple with the list pricing for the core product here.
These next two slides are kind of the details of how licensing is going to work for existing customers. As an existing Sugar Pro or Enterprise customer, you have the option to stay on your current product at your current price. If you're migrating to Sugar Cell or Sugar Serve, if your users today are using both Opportunity stuff and Case stuff, you can migrate to both Cell and Serve at your existing price. They're going to treat everyone fairly. They're going to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. So if you have an enterprise instance that's using Opportunities and Cases and the knowledge base and all that good stuff, you'll get to migrate to both licenses for the same price. New users would have to pay the new pricing. Sugar Enterprise customers can upgrade to Sugar Cell or Sugar Serve at no additional cost. Sugar Pro customers can upgrade for an additional $25 per user per month.
Which is just the price difference between Sugar Pro and Sugar Enterprise. So it's basically just moving you up to Sugar Enterprise price and then moving you at the same price then.
I kind of already mentioned this for customers using both sales and support functions on Pro or Enterprise. Users who need access to both Cell and Serve will be given the two licenses at no extra cost. If you need to add a Cell or Serve user after that, you can, no. If you later need to add Cell for a Serve user or Serve for a Cell user, you can do that for the additional $25 per user per month. Then later, if you need to add additional users, they would be at the full list price of $80 per user per month. And then, of course, Sugar's standard policy is an 8% increase in price up to list price at each renewal. And we've been getting a lot of questions about this, so if you have unique questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Just to make sure it's clear, because I know it's a little hard to process here, the second bullet point versus the third bullet point. So the second bullet point is you have an existing Sugar user who initially is only using, say, the Cell product, and then maybe you restructure and decide that your sales team are also going to manage customer cases. And so now that salesperson needs a Serve license, you would add that for the $25 per user per month to give them that second license. The third bullet point is if you need to add new Sugar users. So right now you've got, say, 60 Sugar users, you need to go up to 70 Sugar users. Those 10 additional users would be at that $80 per user per month price. All right, I think that's everything we have on the new Sugar side. If you have any questions, again, feel free to shoot those our way. I'm not seeing any in there right now, so we'll go ahead and continue on to new releases and wrap up. If you were at our last user group, these are the same slides as last time because there hasn't been a new release since last month, but if you weren't, or even if you were and you want to hear it again, the Sugar 9.1 release came out on July 31st. This is a cloud-only release, so these features will be added to I assume it's going to be Sugar 10.0 next spring when they have the next on-premise release. This first slide are features that are available whether you've got Sugar Cell, Serve, Enterprise, or Pro. So this is an example of where they are still adding new features to Pro and Enterprise, not only to Cell and Serve. And really the highlights here, number one is shared dashboards that have custom list view filters. Those list view filters now share along with the dashboard, which is something I know a lot of people have been asking for a long time, me very much included. There's a new, they're calling it tile view. It's essentially a Kanban view if you're familiar with that term. If you're not familiar with the term, it's basically a way of viewing data in a series of columns, a lot of times around, say, status or priority, and being able to drag and drop data between columns to change the timing on things, to change the priority on things. So that new view is available in cases, tasks, and opportunities modules. Last thing I'll highlight here is the Sugar Cloud Insights tool, which is a new administrative tool that allows you to more easily monitor usage, as well as giving you access to server-side logs that you used to have to go through Sugar support to get. So it gives us much faster access to look at some of those logs than we had in previous versions. The second slide is the features that are only available in Cell and or Serve as appropriate. So this pretty much corresponds to what Justin and I have already shared earlier on when we kind of talked about how Sugar Cell and Serve are different from Pro or Enterprise. Again, here, kind of the big things are the Business Centers module that enables the SLA tracking, and then the Service Console.
Couple of upcoming events is the next Sugar Connection is in Boston, Wednesday, September 25th. It is sold out, so hopefully you've already registered. I will be there. If you're going to be there, let me know so I can be sure to find you. And our next user group is Thursday, November 14th, and we will be doing a deep dive into the Sugar Serve product.
And as mentioned at the beginning, I'm going to send you that link right now in the chat, but I'll also send that in the follow-up email.
All right, well, I think that pretty much wraps things up for the day. I still don't see any questions, but if you have any questions, go ahead and get those over to us really quickly here so we know that they're coming before we end the event here. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time at the deep dive into Sugar Serve.
Thanks all. Have a lovely weekend.